Hello, welcome to I Don't Know. We Can Talk About It, where we discuss myriads of topics civilly, reasonably, and responsibly. My name is Kevin Dufresne. We're going to jump right into our topics. The overarching topic is SEL, social and emotional learning. How implementing social and emotional learning is within a particular school, within a particular state, can vary so much depending on a locale, inclusive of a local culture, statewide culture, district culture, regional culture. Additionally, implementation of methods adhering to social and emotional learning toward students' progress is not just earning students that are capable of earning good grades, though of well-rounding individuals, so that the human in the educational environment is developing well. I think implementing SEL is wonderful and necessary. Approaching diverse parameters of understanding aspects of human spectrums, always considering a locale in relation to another locale, at large human connection, human relations. I feel as though social and emotional learning with such a label brings about a directing, a pinpointing, a pointing at exactly what is necessary for key developments, for key progressions. How might one be able to coordinate methods in a way that allows an individuals to feel the empowerment practically, so as to be able to carry forward life personally in connection with others interdependently. I think every individual will respond differently to methods of social and emotional learning. Additionally, I feel as though age as well as grade may not necessarily be a factor in how one personally progresses, though may be a factor in how methods are going to be set through implementation processes. So any might become more aware socially and emotionally, considering all the parameters of being social and of the emotional realms. I think any educational atmosphere can produce methods that reasonably prepare socially and emotionally individuals to establish a learning foundation, so individuals continue to practice being mindful, though understand inherently the importance, benefits of being mindful socially and emotionally. emotional intelligence being a huge factor, as well as social intelligence being a huge factor. Personally, for individuals within an educational atmosphere, means the individual will have to mature, self-assess in order to progress more aware or mindfully, interdependently, as well as understand the maturing process is going to vary per individual. I think implementing SEL, social and emotional learning, is very important. Of course, I understand the educational atmosphere may at times be a middle ground. One community in connection with other communities, or perhaps not in connection with other communities, which may prove to offer differences, variances of approaches, as well as of incoming situations and flexibility of methods, learning how to approach any particular situation, especially when a situation may be outside of an educational atmosphere's purview. I am a huge supporter of becoming more mindful as an individual. I think the sooner that individuals can learn how to be so, the better. Especially considering the mediums of communication available. I am quite aware that individuals may need extra attention to being social, inclusive of being emotionally mindful of self as well as of another. The implementation of social and emotional learning, of course, starts where one is most of the time, especially when one is of most interest in wherever one is, of whatever one is with. So I think being able to bring social and emotional learning in ways beyond an educational atmosphere is wonderful. It's very helpful, perhaps even enlightening for any beyond an educational atmosphere in connection with any individual within the educational atmosphere. Our next topic is of SEL with sports. I remember going through a sports psychologist seminar as a team protocol, varying teams in an auditorium, learning about sports psychology. Social and emotional learning taking the forefront of the discussion, though not with the label of SEL, social and emotional learning. The approaches to coaching, being an athlete, psychologically, a student athlete at that, are not of new parameters, though new individuals may be implementing differently within modernity with different tools. A lot of what any might consider social and emotional processes are of a realm, sports psychology being one of those realms, which is attempting to help a student athlete understand one's place in society currently. The mental aspect, the emotional aspect, as well as the well-rounding aspect of considering that one is a student, one is an athlete, one has responsibilities of a season, one has responsibilities of self-care, one has responsibilities of life beyond athletics, one has responsibilities of life in connection with athletics, one has responsibilities of life in connection with academia, and of course, one has responsibilities of life with everything in connection to adhere to. Though organizing how one understands can be beneficial to one's development, to one's progress as a student athlete, as an individual beyond academia, with whatever one might be doing. The idea of social and emotional learning in sports is particularly important with the labels as such now because of how individuals might be finding information so readily available. So when an individual approaches the context of social intelligence, emotional intelligence, of intelligence at large, one may be able to particularize where one is approaching, as well as find methods that may be in connection with helping one become more mindful, become more aware, whether as a coach, a student athlete, or any partner in connection within the realms of our discussion, i.e. a parent, a supportive sponsor. I think the other aspect of social and emotional learning that needs acknowledgement is that social and emotional learning has a lot of support already, a lot of research behind it in another field. Not just sports psychology, though other fields of psychology, as well as other fields that might be in touch with the sports realms that focus on psychology, like marketing, communications. So when one is seeking to understand what might seem novel, one might also benefit from understanding what other labels, categories, branches of learning, of schools, of thinking, of processing, offer the information for individuals to become more mindful, to understand what research backs, what one might be seeking or observing, discerning between. All right, let's get to some origami. Now, first off, starting off with a rectangular paper, then just want to fold the paper from one point to the edge. Afterward, just want to flip this edge up. Today, we're going to make an origami egg. As you can see, the square is necessary for the origami egg. We already have the key part that we need, which is just a single fold from making our square from the rectangle. We're going to take one edge to the center. So we can take our other edge to mirror that center as well. Now, if it seems uneven, don't worry. Now you have somewhat of a kite. We're going to take the top portion above the folds, above the flaps, centering down just a good amount. You don't have to take it all the way down. Maybe halfway if you like, but don't go all the way down. Then we're going to take the bottom portion and just have it meet the prior fold. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to fold in our corners. So we're going to fold in our corners one here to the center. And again, you can fold in these portions as much as you like. I'm folding them in directly to the center. And in the back is where the most folding will happen. Next, I have a pentagon. So I'm going to take each. Truly, I have a hexagon. So if the point is perfect, a pentagon. I'm going to fold each in just gently, nice and gently. You know, you can make it a little bit round if you like, but just nice and gently. Give it just a little bit of a bend here, each one. And just nice and gently, not too big of folds, just little folds. And then, of course, I'm just gonna take it, I'm gonna fold it in here. And if you wanna make these edges a little bit more round, you can. So if you wanna follow the edges to make them a little bit more round, you can. Make them a little rougher. So that the oval shape will come and take, that can really work to add a little bit more flair to your egg design. And here you have it. We have our egg. And if you want your egg to stand, you can fold it, and then it'll just kind of have like a nice little stand. You can bring the back out as well to make it stand more appropriately. And here you have it, folks. The origami egg. Look at it. It's an egg. The standing part, probably take a little bit more of a back fold here. And I think also consider what kind of paper you're using for the standing. All right, our next topic concerns reading physical books. So of course, reading physical books has so many benefits in relation to spatial development. So one of the books I'm talking about right now concerns, well, data and women in a world of seemingly bias. The text is a wonderful read. I really appreciate how the text gathers data, research from all across the world about what women experience to help navigate how we can make better decisions to better inform what processes are in relation to what connects to women. I think building upon the foundations of such research can be quite beneficial in ensuring that a more accessible, safer, healthier world is available for women at large, especially considering that biologically, a man and a woman are different. So the research present is acknowledging that we, as a society at large, humanity at large, are at the beginnings of building solid research, solid data, acknowledging the differences necessary for understanding how to build a world at large that is safer, healthier, more mindful biologically, distinctively, uniquely, as a way to bring a balance between the reality of our world. Population-wise, men and women split the world. So, looking beyond estimates, looking at factual data, looking at what grounds decisions is going to be extremely effective, especially with data continuing to build on prior data, on relevancies of our progressing societies to ensure that best routes forward are not of bias, considering only a particular type of body or a particular type of mind or a particular type of outcome. I really enjoy reading the text. I find the text to be quite enlightening, very interesting to navigate the text when in situations where I have to consider, wow, this is a reality not just for women. The conversation is really bringing the idea of how different humans can be to the table and how such differences can need more research, better research in general, to ensure more mindfulness, more awareness of, well, rounding individuals, of people, of humanity at large. So, considering humanity at large, we must consider the parameters of which humanity lives within. And I think the text brings so many details well to the table to acknowledge, so in a way that allows one to think more of how uniquely research can be and how research can better inform, good research without bias can better inform fields, parameters of life. Thank you for joining me for another episode of I Don't Know. We can talk about it. Onward and Upward.